Hey, it's Jane. I don't really have a plan for this video as much as I did. Well, yesterday's was better because I had to redo it so many times. So I pretty much had it locked in. But, oh my god, I keep hitting the table. It's a really terrible table for this, but whatever. Um, so, yeah, I don't really have a game plan for this. I guess I'll just kind of recap where things are at and then talk about some emotional stuff. Um, so it's been fairly uneventful, which is a good thing because this is the time for it being uneventful. Um, um, I've way less swelling, way less pain than I did. I had some ice on this morning. I'll probably put some ice on again this afternoon, like after I make the video. But I'm needing the ice less and less, and I'm certainly not having any pain um, where I'm like I need the ice now, sort of thing. Um, I had a bowel movement this morning. I don't really want to go into the details of that because I mean, it's an important thing. Uh, it's an important thing because if you don't, um, and you have constipation, and you end up having to push, you can break stitches, like important stitches. So, like, as much as I don't really want to talk about the experience, um, I keep hitting the table. As much as I don't want to talk about the experience because it's kind of gross, but it's important subject because yeah, ooh, having done it the first time, it's not very pleasant, and even the slightest bit of pushing tugs at stitches. Mm, hurts, but it's not so much like it's not even so much that it hurts, but it tugs. There's a stitch at the very bottom that's like a key stitch in forming where the skin comes together at the very, very bottom of the surgical area. And um, yeah, it's like an important stitch. You don't want to break that stitch. And that's exactly the stitch you would break if you have to force yourself to poo and, um, you know, you have trouble. So I felt that one pulling, and really tried not to. I really tried not to push. So, but it was fine. It was fine. Everything was fine. But yeah, it's a big deal around here. Like it's a big deal. That you know, getting things moving. It's it's important to the nursing staff, and just talking to people. Everyone's like they worry about it, right? It is quite a big deal. Anyways, I mean, why should I not tell the world about my bowel movements? Why not? I got nothing better to do. um. So yeah, it's just like it's another recovery day. I'm not supposed to really be doing much. I'm supposed to get exercise. I'm supposed to walk around, and I have been walking around. Not a lot, but some. Um, while the pain is like the swelling's going down, I'm now starting to get all sorts of weird feelings. Um, like little twinges and twings and tingliness and there's stuff going on down there. Like sensation is starting to come back in some areas, and it feels weird. I don't even know if I can describe how it feels. Um, Yeah, it's actually really difficult to describe how it feels because there's two separate things going on. There is still a phantom penis there. Like I totally, in my mind, in my brain, I can feel a penis still there. But then at the same time, there's all these weird twinges and twingly things going on in places that have never happened before, right? Because yeah, morphologically quite restructured. And it's not remapped in my brain yet, which is fascinating. I know I'm supposed to be talking about emotional stuff, and I will. Don't worry, I'll get to that. I've actually been quite emotional today. But I just want to. I gotta get through all of this, the details. Yeah, it's fascinating. It's because I love the human brain. I just find the human brain the most amazing device in the world. I'm just fascinated by how it functions. And yeah, the it's the old equipment is still mapped in my brain, and the new equipment is not mapped yet. So there's twinges and tinglies and all sorts of things going on in places that don't make any sense in my head, but yet there's this phantom penis still there. It's bizarre. It's such a, and that's literally the best I can. That's the best I can describe it. I can't describe it any better than that. It's just it's neat from from a neurological perspective. Um, uh, One thing though is annoying. I always feel like I have to pee, and I think it's probably the catheter. Um, but I always feel like I have to pee. So I'm basically going to the washroom on a schedule because I mean I feel it if my bladder gets full. I feel the pressure, but yeah, I've always got that sensation that I need to pee, and I don't, and I certainly don't want. Oh, earlier today, an air bubble got up the tube. Um, so if you have a catheter for any reason, like there's lots of reasons to end up with a catheter, right? Not just this kind of surgery. If you ever have a catheter, oh boy, don't let air get up inside because moo, that hurts. it's like it's like somebody shooting a nail into your bladder. Uh, and it lingers. It lingers for several minutes afterwards. It's not a pleasant experience. So you have to be really careful not to let air bubbles get up. Um, let's see what else. I'm feeling bloated because while I did have a bowel movement, it wasn't a lot, and it wasn't really a lot relative to what I've consumed. Because remember, I have been eating since Tuesday evening, right? So this is Friday. So Tuesday night, all day Wednesday, all day Thursday, and then this is Friday afternoon. Well, let's just say Friday morning, right? Because it was after breakfast. So that's like 2.5 days worth of eating, and what came out was not, you know, it was not much. So although things have started and it's good and it's soft and it's not too much of a problem. Um, yeah, it's my system is still not back in gear, and also too really depends on your diet, right? How you're going to respond, because while the food here is good quality and healthy food, I eat mostly raw vegetables. Like raw vegetables make up about uh, like raw vegetable matter makes up about 80% of my diet, and then the remaining 20% is meat and and like bread, right? So the bulk of my diet is vegetables, raw vegetables, and um, this food, while good quality and nutritious, yeah, doesn't work for me. So it depends on your diet, right? Like it depends on what you eat, whether it's going to agree with you or not. So um, let's see what else. Well, the pain has definitely decreased exponentially. As I said, I'm getting all sorts of twingly little twinges and tingles and whatnot's going on down there. And then I feel bloated, and um, yeah, that's basically it from a sensation standpoint. Um, I would definitely say I'm moving along pretty good. Um, I'm sitting much better. Transitioning is still a problem. Like like going from laying down to standing up, or standing up to laying down, standing, sitting, sitting to standing. Any kind of transition is still quite difficult, and you do it very slowly and very carefully and very methodically. And if you drop something on the ground, you basically have to go down on your knees, like bracing yourself, right, with your hands, go down on your knees, and then you can, you know, reach down and get what you need. You can't bend over and pick something up. Whoa, that's not happening. Not even close. As much as I'm doing very well, I cannot bend over, like to pick something up. So let's see what else physically can I say about my situation. Um, the bandage, the packing is definitely a lot crustier, which it's supposed to be. Um, they took the blood tube out this morning. They took that out this morning, and that leaves an opening because obviously it's tube. Well, I showed you the tube in the last video, but the tube is like that big in diameter, right? So there's a hole there that's that big, and it takes a while uh, to to you know. I'm just looking at it right now. Okay, so I'm on my second bandage, and it's still bleeding a little bit. So I got to change the bandage after I do this video. Um, it's just one of the big square band-aids. But that bleeds for a while afterwards. But yeah, that's fine. It's not a big deal. It doesn't bleed a lot, and it will seal up quick enough. Probably next day or so, I think. Um, And let's see what else. Yeah, because the packing is now this kind of like kind of pussy helmet. Because that's kind of basically what it is. It feels like a pussy helmet. Perfectly contoured pussy helmet. um, it's just, yeah, it's kind of weird. Anyways, that will be coming off on Sunday, and then I can have a shower. I haven't had a shower. I will not be able to have a shower until that bandage comes off. The doctor has looked at everything and said, yeah, okay, everything looks fine. Then I can have a shower. So from Tuesday to Sunday, that's how long I'm going without a shower, and ugh, but whatever. It is what it is. We will make do. Um what else can I say about the status? More talking with people around here, but just during meals, really. Everyone's super friendly, obviously. I mean, everyone's trans. What do you expect? We're all wonderful people. um, I guess that's probably about it for all the physical stuff. Um, yeah, that's probably about it for all the physical stuff. Um, now, oh, there's one. This is an anecdote. Uh, Somebody made a comment about you know, standing to pee, because you've got the catheter, right? So you just stand over the toilet and you open the valve and you you know release the urine, and and when I came here on the train, right, from Toronto to Montreal. Ah, I came on the train, right, and I went to the washroom, and I very did it. Oh, yes. Well, I did on the train, but did I in the hotel as well? No, I don't think I did in the hotel. Yeah, no, yeah, it was on the train. I very deliberately peed standing up. Well, I mean, it's a train washroom. You don't want to sit down if you can avoid it, anyways. But I stood to pee, and I was like, "This is the last time I'll ever stand to pee," because and that's all I've been doing since I've been here is standing to pee. Ah, oh well. Catheter comes out on Monday, I think. Yeah, yeah. If all goes well, the catheter comes out on Monday. Um, and then I can go back to sitting down and being like a civilized human being. Because even men should sit down to pee. Whatever. Anyways, okay, emotional stuff. It's interesting. I said yesterday I should talk about emotional stuff today because I've actually been quite emotional today. Um, I guess because I'm not dealing with pain as much, and I'm now dealing more with the tingliness and the new stuff, and not so much the immediate recovery stuff. Um, I've been feeling kind of my, I've been feeling kind of uh sad, and I think it's I don't know if it's just a post operative kind of thing or what, but yeah, I've just been feeling kind of sad and weepy all day, and prior to now, I haven't really been very emotional. Like, I mean, I have had a few moments of feeling emotionally overwhelmed, well, but like but most of that was around like just recovering from the shock of the surgery, right? But actual an emotional experience related to the purpose of the surgery, haven't really felt anything up until today, and it's starting to hit me now. um because again, the shock of the surgery, everything was around that. The shock of the surgery is now wearing off, and I'm starting to deal with the new reality and going forward. And um, while again, intellectually, I am looking down the road and how happy I'm going to be, and I know I'm going to be happy. Right now, I'm just kind of like a little overwhelmed by everything, and not the surgery part of it, just the reality, the new reality. Um, just kind of a little overwhelmed and realizing that I have new equipment that I don't really understand, and I don't really know how to use, and I haven't even seen it yet, right? Like, I have a vagina, but I've never seen it. I haven't seen it yet. And I don't entirely know what it feels like because, I mean, like, I can move my hips and I can feel the stent inside me, but that doesn't really tell me much. and I don't know what it looks like, and I don't know. And I'm not gonna lie, these are not happy tears. They're sad tears, but it's not a sadness as like, oh, I regret what I've done, or none of that bullshit. It's just I have changed fundamentally and suddenly, and I need to come to terms with that. And I will, of course, obviously I will, because this, again, again, this is what I want, and I am glad that I am where I am, and I am looking forward to the future, particularly being healed. I'm going to be much happier once I'm healed. And I'm, fascinated, again, intellectually, fascinated by what it all does and how it works and how I can do things with it, because it's not just for looks. It's for use. And like, I'm very, very, very positive about the future and looking forward to it. But right now, I just feel kind of, I feel like I'm just being carried along by everything. Like, me, the person, is not what is most important, but that the new, my vagina is now the most important thing in my life. And yeah, maybe that's a little bit, I don't know. I'm not even sure how to interpret that. Like, I am no longer, well, I am not, for now, for a while, I am not the center of my world. This vagina is. And it's a weird feeling. Yeah, and I know this is kind of scattered, and because I'm literally, I'm not sure how to articulate any of this, right? Like, I'm literally, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to feel. I don't know what to do. Because it's just such a fundamental, it's such a fundamentally, it's such a fundamental change in my morphology, and I just don't know what to do with it. I feel lost. And I think that's probably, yeah, I feel lost. And and I'm just getting dragged along by all of this. And yeah, so it's not a bad sadness, and it's certainly a temporary sadness. Um, yeah, yeah. I think this is going to be something I'm going to have to just to keep processing, um, because like these are literal. This is literally first impressions. Like, I did not even stop to think about what I was going to say before making this video. I was just like, okay, I got the time. Let's make the video, and I will just figure it out as I go. And yeah, I don't even know what to say. It's ah, it's all of the emotions. It's all of them. All of them. Um, and yeah, it's gonna be a process, right? And again, I've got all day to tomorrow. to chill, which means I've got all day tomorrow just to sit with my thoughts and start to say hello to the new center of my existence for the near future anyways. For the next few months, my entire life is going to be I'm sorry, my nose is running. For the next few months, my life is going to be entirely devoted to vagina. It's everything now. This is so bizarre. This is such a bizarre experience. I well, I don't feel bad for cis people. They uh, they suck. I mean, they don't suck, but they're not as good. Trans people are better. it's uh, it's a crazy experience. It really is. I thought changing gender was a crazy experience. I don't know. This is peak craziness for experiences. I This is weirder and more mind fucky than changing gender was. Yeah, I think it is, in my opinion, and just my opinion, right? I mean, everyone else's mileage varies, but in my opinion, this is more mindfucky than changing gender, because changing gender takes time, right? When you switch from male to female hormones or from female to male hormones, I've done both, so I know both directions. Um, it takes time. It takes weeks to months to get started, and it takes years until things start to level out, right? It's such a slow progression. This, you walk into a room, you wake up a couple hours later, and all of a sudden you've got a new reality. So this is a mind fuck. Quite literally, because of the remapping that needs to happen. Oh my god. Yeah. And I put nail polish on, but I left one free because of the oximeter. I needed to leave one free so that they can put the oximeter on for getting my oxygen levels and pulse rate and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I could put nail polish on. Need another coat still, but whatever. And it's kind of messy around the edges. I need to clean it up, but I like my nail polish. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to sit with the emotions around this, and it's gonna take days, days for me to come to terms with this new reality. You know, now that the now that the now that the panicky part of recovery is basically done, right? The early recovery where you're just like it's pure trauma and you're just coping. Then now that that's starting to go away, and I'm starting to move into the the dealing with the newness of it. Whew. I don't miss that penis. I don't miss it, even though I still feel it, which is annoying. Um, I don't miss it, um, but yeah, it's all such a different shape down there, and I, oh, yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm actually at a bit of a loss for words. Yeah, I wish I could really convey more, but my feelings are kind of all over the place. Um, I wouldn't say that I've really been experiencing any joy yet. Again, I'm still, it's still early days. I think the joy is going to be next week. But um, yeah, the newness of it. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of anticlimactic if I just end the video here, but I really don't know what more I can say because not a lot is happening. And, I described the sensations that I'm feeling and basically explained that I can't explain the emotional experience because I'm still trying to figure out what the emotional experience is. Because it keeps changing from moment to moment. This is an overwhelming experience. It really is. And it's net positive, obviously. It is definitely net positive. But, oh, it's hard to. It is hard to from an emotional standpoint. But every day forward has been better than the day before. So tomorrow is going to be better than today. And Sunday, I get that bandage off. I'll be glad to get the bandage off. Actually, it's starting to get annoying. Um, and I can bathe. And I can see, at least the outside, I can see what I look like. I mean, it'll be a disaster. it'll be a it'll be a total disaster down there. But at least I'll be able to see what I look like, and maybe then, maybe then when I actually see what I look like, well, I'm sure I'll have an emotional response to it. I'm absolutely sure, but maybe that's when I will really start to connect uh, with with my with my vagina. Yeah. So I guess I will just leave it there, and we'll talk again tomorrow. And you know, I'm sure the updates will be less because again, not a lot going on. But um, maybe I'll have more to say about the emotional stuff. Um, I am kind of fascinated by the whole phantom penis thing, and I might give that a little bit of thought before the next video because I'm very curious about um, how that functions in the brain. I have an armchair understanding, but not enough of an understanding to actually explain it to another person. Um, so maybe I'll do a little bit of research and uh, see exactly how that works from a neurological perspective. Um, how you lose the phantom appendage and you lose the phantom penis and you gain the uh, the the sensate vagina um, in your brain, like not nerve wise, because it's going to take a while for the nerves to all reknit, and because things have been cut and shifted around, and so it's going to take time for all that to reconnect physically down there to send signals to the brain. Um, but I think I would like to, yeah, give some thought about how it actually works in the brain, um, so that I can explain it a little better. Um, yeah, okay. I guess I'll just leave it there. And I will make another video tomorrow. I'm going to make a video every single day I'm here. And we'll take it from there. So, love y'all. And I will talk to you tomorrow.